This is WWP Weekly Wrestling Podcast. I'm here with the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe following Smash Wrestling. How's it going, man?
What's going on? What's going on? How you doing?
Doing very well. You took on Chris Hero here tonight. First time you guys have faced off in, I believe, about 10 years. Talk a little bit about that.
You know, Chris has always been a tremendous competitor. He's definitely world weary. I mean, he's been around. He knows many different styles. Brings a lot to the table. So, I mean, it's always kind of refreshing to get into an opponent who's kind of well versed in what he does. And Chris is a tough guy.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about the opportunity to work independent while working for WWE. How did that opportunity come about for you?
That's a really unique opportunity. I mean, obviously, me and WWE are kind of building a nice little relationship here, and it's something a little bit different, a little bit out there. You know, they kind of understand how my schedule is and how I get around, and it was just kind of a nice little compromise that we put together, and it's been working out pretty well so far.
Talk about the independent scene since leaving TNA. I know obviously you hadn't really done the independent scene before leaving TNA for quite some time. Talk a little bit about how it's been since you've been back on it.
It's been funny. 9 years ago, I was part of kind of an independent wrestling boom.
Absolutely.
That pretty much produced most of the major stars that you see today, and then coming back now, I'm kind of noticing that same kind of boom period coming up. A lot of young guys who are really hungry, really pushing the limit, really pushing the boundaries, and kind of coming into prominence and helping to build companies like we built back then and bring them out to prominence. So it's refreshing to kind of be among that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of energy.
I know I got a question for a lot of wrestling fans. I know you and AJ Styles are teaming up to take on the Addiction for Ring of Honor. Are we going to see that on national TV?
We'll find out, man. I mean, obviously there's negotiations being done, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. See how it works out. I mean, that's stuff for the lawyers to figure out. All
right. Between the two CWs and all of the independent promotions you've worked, talk a little bit about the possibility of PWG.
I've worked PWG extensively in the past, and there's been no contact between us. So I mean, and right now, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to fit into the schedule as far as what I've got booked up here, but it's always nice to go back to Los Angeles, home. That's where I kind of came up and where I made my bones. But we'll see. You never say never. I popped up in weirder places this year.
This is very, very true. The Beatdown Clan in TNA. Do you feel like that would have been a good thing for you had you not left TNA?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the roster of guys that you're working with. I mean, really top caliber guys who are very akin to what I like to do in the ring. So I mean, it was unfortunate me and TNA couldn't come to terms, and I had to move on. But I wish them all the best, and I think the Beatdown Clan will still be a fearsome force to be contended with.
And your thoughts on TNA and Ring of Honor and Destination America?
It'll be interesting. It's a really interesting experiment. You got a big wrestling block, and I wish them the best, man. I hope it all works out for all parties involved.
Any messages for your fans? I know a lot of things going on for you this year. You said it's going to be an unpredictable year yourself.
Very unpredictable. But I can tell you what, catch me every Wednesday on NXT.